Hello and welcome back. My name is Shimona, and I'm here bringing you another video today on weapon crafting. Um, I really appreciate all the kind comments on the previous video. If you haven't checked it out, I did make a video strategy guide on merchanting. I felt that that was a very unique skill. I really enjoyed leveling it, and I kind of just wanted to share my experience and thoughts and kind of teach a man to fish kind of video, which is kind of the videos I like, and I'm going to keep to that same theme in this video. I'm going to talk less about like what you should do and kind of tell you about how things work and uh, things you can do. So, specifically, my experience clearly here is all from smithing, but from what I've seen and, leveling to 20 and looking through everything, this concept for smithing is going to apply both for stonemason and bonewright. If you haven't gotten to this point yet, these are just three weapon crafting skills, and they craft weapons specific to three classes: Cryomancer, Battle Mage, and Guardian. I think Guardian's bone, Battle Mage is stone, and Cryomancer is blacksmithing. So there are a few ways you can level these. You can, of course, go out and farm the resources yourself, level mining, get ores, get stones, stuff like that. Um, However, you may find that a little slow because the game is a little slow, and there are a lot of people who are wanting to hit breakpoints for quests. Let's take a little detour now, talk about quests. If you know quests, you can probably skip ahead a few minutes, but there are three quests that I want to talk about. The first one is Spider's Nest in Chapter 2. It requires, I believe it's 20 woodcutting, 32 carpentry, and you have to fight two level 35 bosses. What this quest does is unlocks these storage rifts. When you go to these storage rifts, they act as like deposit boxes. You can go there and you can deposit your items into their individual storage locations from this rift. Very useful here, very useful in chapter 2, and very useful in chapter 1. Before you get into any big grinds, if you're gonna grind anything over level 20, with the exception of carpentry, because you need to get 32 carpentry before you can unlock this, you need to do this quest and get this because uh, uh, you're going to be wasting your time if you're doing a gathering skill above 20. The exception, of course, is Chapter 4. There is one niche use for leatherworking, but not needed. If you want to go to Chapter 4, grind those things out, feel free. But any gathering skills, you have to get that. The second quest I want to talk about is Mantibulan's Legacy. 29 mining, 35 blacksmithing, and you have to fight a level 35 boss here in Chapter 3. What this does here is it opens this area up down here. It actually gives you another portal stone. And this will be your closest access point to not only Adithril ore, it'll give you another storage rift here, so it'll make a very easy way to mine and deposit Adithril ore. It'll also be your closest point to getting to the Gnome Forge, which is right up here. There are some other things up here. Uh, there is a storage rift here, which is close for the Adithril, but for here it's a lot closer. You'll also unlock a Venture Brimstone, which is a 12-hour mission, gives you a decent amount of mining XP and some items for mining the Death Stone, which is a level 32 stone crafting. So you will need this for stone crafting regardless, and you're going to get the levels anyways because you are 100% going to want to do this final quest, which is Lost and Found. This requires level 60 blacksmithing, level 40 bonewright, and level 46 stonemason with a level 60 combat encounter. So this is quite a hefty quest, but it comes with a huge reward, which is epic weapon crafting. I don't want to say epic gear crafting because I don't know if this will apply to the armor crafting skills that are going to come out later, but it does allow you to make epic weapons by combining the three different class rare weapons together into one epic. So you take a rare weapon from Bonewright, a rare weapon from Stonemason, and a rare weapon from Blacksmithing, combine them together to create an epic. I don't know exactly how it works. That's how I've heard it works. But yeah, everybody's going to get 60 blacksmithing. So whether or not this what I'm about to talk about works for all three, You will need blacksmithing anyways, but I do believe this applies to all three. So the biggest strategy, if you haven't found out yet, is you can actually buy all the raw resources in the game from vendors, and that includes both all three of these skills. You can buy all the bones, all the ores, all the stones you need from vendors. The orange stone are from the Goblin Marketplace here, and the bones are from Jangle's Bone Shop here, and they're all close to deposit boxes. The bones actually just close to where you process them, so that's kind of nice. And the ores here, you can take it to the Goblin Workshop, deposit here in the Goblin Workshop, and you can pull them out. Wait, can you? Yeah, the stone here. You can bring the stone here, ores here, and you can pull out the ores here at the Goblin Forge if you need to, as I'm doing right now, as you can see. So, yes, you can buy all the raw resources, and you can actually level up blacksmithing, and I assume the other two skills completely for free, and or actually make money all the way up to 500 without ever training mining. Of course, there's the OG way. You can train mining, you can train smithing based off of the stuff you farm. That is a 100% viable method, but I did want to talk about the store purchasing method and how exactly that works, some of the specifics. So the first big thing is, what is the value of the gear? That is the big thing. So there are two factors that determine the value of I guess specifically a weapon. I assume it applies to gears too, but for weapon crafting, it's the level of the item you crafted multiplied by the rarity. So every item has a base value, and that base value is increased based off of what level it is. For these weapons that I have been crafting, I've been crafting these level 54 short swords. I think their base value at a common, I think it's like 2 silver, like 190 copper or so. And every level that I crafted above the base level, so again, since I am level 59 blacksmithing now, I can craft a level 59 short sword. It actually gains 50 copper in value. So there are breakpoints where if you start crafting a weapon at the level you unlock it, you will be most likely losing a little bit of money per craft on average. It is RNG just because rarity also affects the value tremendously. Crafting rare items gives, I think, right now the rare items I'm crafting give maybe like 12 silver. I think I can check actually. Let me see. So the common is 2 silver plus some change. It doesn't show the change. Rare is 4 silver, and the uncommon is 4 silver, and the rare is 17 silver. So crafting one rare is the same value as crafting about 7 commons. So if you get a little lucky and you craft a couple more rares than average, you're going to easily make money. And again, same vice versa. You could not craft as many rares and lose money. But on average, as you get a higher level and you make items higher than their base level, like for example, if I were to go back here and make these level 37 rapiers at level 59, I would easily be making money just because their level's so high. It gets so much added value, and the cost of the ore to make this item is cheaper. It doesn't change. The cost of the ore doesn't change. That means the base price doesn't change, but the price of it has gone up since I've leveled. So, like I said, you can level blacksmithing for free by just making lower level items. So you will be getting slower XP rates. However, you won't have to go make money to level blacksmithing, and you won't have to go mining. So the XP loss is subsided by the fact that you don't have to go do those two things to keep up with the highest XP rates, which is an interesting design choice. I mean, I assume everything's intentional. Like, I'm sure he's played his own game. It's just, it seems odd to me, but that's what you can do. Um, that's probably if you step back and take a look at the grand scheme of the game and like what might be meta. I know eventually trading will come, so once trading comes, it'll no longer be meta. but if you're playing an Iron Man, it's probably meta to just get level 500 in both your weapon crafting skill and your armor crafting skill right off the bat, just so you could make yourself the best gear. I guess technically you probably don't need to be able to craft your own gear just because you can get everything as drops. But if you want to train combat efficiently, always having like an epic weapon and shield like every like 10, 20 levels will probably make a huge difference. Um, but again, it's weird because we haven't gotten into those balancing points. Like if you're gonna probably need mining levels for future content. You're probably gonna want to mine certain stuff. There are quests that actually require certain AFK skills to complete those quests in the future. And you need the level and you need to put the knowledge points into those to actually do those. So there will be a point to leveling all skills in future quests, I'm sure. So you're definitely not wasting your time doing the mining. It's just if you can buy it and not profit, it might be easier to get to the levels you need. And then, of course, you could just power mine where, you come out here and you mine like Lantium ore here, and instead of going to deposit anywhere, because well, I mean, there's not really a super close place to deposit it. I guess there's some place up here, but you just drop it, and so you power mine it by just leveling your mining as fast as possible. Um, so you have those options. It's rather interesting. And I don't think anybody will necessarily know what the best way is. Currently, people can break down and say this is the best way to do things, but there are many other factors to consider. Like I said, future quests, future skills, spoilers for future skills, but mining and smithing may be important for those. They may be important for future quests. But again, for now, if your goal is like mine, kind of just to complete all the quests, then just go get 60 smithing. You can work on mining later. Go do what you want to do. I mean, that's the biggest thing in this game. Is just do what you have fun. If you want to get a skill cape, go get that skill cape. Probably complete the quest just to do the quest, just because it's kind of a short-term goal. Well, it doesn't feel like a short-term goal, but in the grand scheme of this game, it is a short-term goal. um, and yeah, is there anything else I wanted to dig in on smithing? Um, I guess I can talk a little bit about the juggling like you see me doing here. So one of the biggest things is you do have to go back to Hopeport to offload your gear. There are some people who have the strategy of basically uh, not selling the green gear, just dropping the green gear. I don't know. It's not a big deal to me, but um, one of the things that people find annoying is having to constantly go back and sell gear because your quartermaster can only hold what is it? Is it like 16 items? So after your third inventory crafting 4-bar stuff, like your quartermaster's full. Like if I show you here, it's full already. So I think this is my fourth inventory here. But luckily, with how long stuff lasts on the ground, as long as you don't disconnect, you can just drop everything on the ground and you could do a full inventory as I just kind of proved there, and it'll still be there. So, in this Gnome Forge, since it's kind of like the most difficult one to get back to, it's like the furthest one from a teleport spot. I do like to do 5 inventories, which again, first 2 inventories go into the quartermaster. Third inventory has 2 left over, which I drop on the ground, craft another full inventory. Once that's done, I pick up the 2 off the ground. I drop what I have in my inventory in the ground, and I do one more inventory. And with this, I go back and I can do 5 smithing rotations before having to bank. Um, I only do that here. Dropping kind of takes a while. Once they make dropping, if they do make dropping, like one click and you can do it very quickly, you probably just do it until you have a completely full inventory and storage of items. But for the other forge, since the other forge is extremely close to the teleporter, it's only like 3 tiles away, I go back on the fourth inventory just because I just don't want to spend so much time dropping. Because you gotta drop it, pick it up, and actually the fourth inventory is quite nice. Because on the fourth inventory, when you pull out all your items from the quartermaster, you actually have a full backpack of items, and you can just sell all that in one go at the quartermaster. But just with this, how far this of a run it is, and you have to run through enemies and stuff, and it's just kind of a little bit of a nuisance. That's what I like to do. Um, just rag my brain real quick, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, I guess if you have any other skills you'd like me to talk about, I kind of find it, I really hadn't planned on making any other videos other than the merchanting one. I don't want to say I thought the other skills were kind of straightforward, but it's more of like, I guess I've just played too many video games. I was talking to my girlfriend about it. I played too many video games that, although it may be seem kind of straightforward, there's like, I guess, some good insight I can give on things. So I hope this helped, and I hope this will make your experience in Brighter Shores more enjoyable, less doing less than you need to, and uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about making another video talking about knowledge points a little bit. Um, I kind of like seeing people ask people questions. You know, if you're never ever not sure about anything, you can always ask people what they do, and you know, they don't always give you the best answer. I've been realizing, but at least it'll give you a little bit something to think about or consider. Um, but yeah, I do want to talk about knowledge points a little bit, but I think I'll save that potentially for another video, because how long has this one been going on for? Golly, I don't know. Oh, 16 minutes. That's not bad. Okay. Well, yeah. Anyways, again, thanks for watching. I really hope you guys are enjoying Brighter Shores. As you can tell by my level and my uh, utter lack of sleep, I have been enjoying Brighter Shores immensely, and I'm going to be enjoying it even more now that I'm 60 smithing. All right, take it easy.